This is Miss Figueroa's class performing Theseus in the Minotaur. King Minos of Crete was a powerful man, feared by the rulers of every land. When Minos demanded tributes to honor him, the rulers sent goods and men to stop him from going to war. King Minos had built a giant maze, a labyrinth, and in the center of the maze, it was powerful and loved to eat the flesh of humans who had been shut into the labyrinth by King Minos. Prisoners would wander through the maze, completely lost, until they came face to face with the Minotaur. The labyrinth was created by the ingenious mind of Daedalus.
Daedalus was a brilliant architect and inventor. In fact, he was so brilliant that King Minos of Crete did not want to let him go back to his home and kept Daedalus with his son Icarus in a tower. As Daedalus looked out over the waves of the Mediterranean Sea, he realized the best plan to escape. He told King Minos that he needed feathers and wax for a new invention that he was working on. When these items were brought to him, he took them up onto the roof of the tower, where he arranged the feathers into 2 pairs of wings and stuck the feathers together with wax. He fastened the large pairs to his arms and began to flap them until his feet took off from the roof and began to hover in mid-air. Icarus laughed with delight and could not wait to try out the smaller pairs of wings. Over the next few days, father and son both practiced with them until little Icarus was almost as good at flying as his father was. Then one morning, Daedalus said to Icarus,
"We have done a good job at flying. Now it is time to leave this horrible tower. But when we leave, do not fly too high, or the sun will melt your wax and you will fall down to the ocean. But do not fall too low, or the moisture of the waves will get into your wings, and you will sink down to the bottom of the ocean. Do you understand me?"
Little Icarus nodded to show his father that he had understood. Then Icarus led his son up onto the top of the tower, and like the bird, he jumped into mid-air and flapped his wings. Icarus followed soon after. Over the seas they sailed, and Icarus soon found that he was really good at flying. In fact, it was almost tremendous fun you could ever have. He began to swoop up and down with the seagulls. His father turned around and called, Icarus, take
care."
And for a while after that, Icarus' reins caught a warm air current, and he found that he could soar high above the waves, and the ships down below were like tiny specks. His father called out to him,
"Icarus, you're flying too high. Come down."
Icarus could not hear him and was far too close to the sun, and soon the wax that held the feathers together began to melt. The feathers even began to fall off. Icarus flapped his wings frantically, but it was too late, and down he plunged into the sea.
There was a kingdom called Athens. King Minos demanded that every year the king of Athens send him 7 young men and 7 young women. Every year a ship with black sails would arrive and take the young Athenians away, and they never returned.
Why do we send these young Athenians to Crete every year?
We send them to Crete because if we didn't, King Minos would wage war that we wouldn't win. And they don't return because they're food for the Minotaur.
We cannot sacrifice any more Athenians and send them over to Crete.
I will go as one of them next time we go.
I will keep watch of you every day. If you are successful, replace the black sails with white sails.
As the ship docked in Crete, King Minos himself came down and jeered at the prisoners.
Such puny creatures, hardly a snack for the mighty creature in my maze. So, who wants to go first?
I will. I am Theseus, Prince of Athens, and I don't fear what's within your maze.
Standing behind the king, listening, was his daughter, Ariadne. From the moment she set eyes on Theseus, Ariadne fell in love with him, and she decided that she would help him. As Theseus entered the labyrinth, Ariadne called softly to him, "Theseus, take this."
Theseus, take this because even if you do defeat the Minotaur, you will never find your way out in the pitch black.
She threw him a great ball of string, and he tied one end to the entrance and began to make his way into the maze, letting out the string behind him as he went. Theseus walked carefully through the dark, foul-smelling passages of the labyrinth, turning a corner with his hands held out in front of him. He suddenly bumped into the creature. In an instant, Theseus was picked up between the Minotaur's horns and tossed high into the air. When he landed on the hard, cold stone, he felt the animal's huge hooves come down on his chest. He struggled to stay alive as the Minotaur bellowed in his ear and grabbed him but with his hairy arms. Theseus found his strength and grabbed the animal's huge horns, twisting the great head from side to side as the animal grew weak. Theseus gave one aluminy tug on the head, turning it almost right round. The creature's neck snapped. It gurgled its last breath and fell to the floor dead. In the struggle, Theseus had let go of the string. Theseus fell all over the floor in the pitch darkness and kept thinking he had found it, only to realize that all was found was a long, weary hair from the Minotaur. Despair set in this Theseus, wondering if this was where his life would end. Down in the dark, all alone, next to this stinking body. Then his hand brushed a piece of string. With a whoop of delight, he knew he had found the thread would lead him back out. As he neared the entrance of the labyrinth, the darkness began to fade, and he made out the figure of Ariadne, waiting for his return.
You have to take me with you because if my father finds out that I helped you, he will kill me.
Of course we will take you with us.
Quickly and quietly they unfurled and the great black sails of their ship and headed for home,
I can't believe how much my life has changed.
said Ariadne as they sailed across the calm seas towards Athens.
I first had a cruel father and now I'm about to marry a prince. Great.
But in truth, Theseus did not want to marry Ariadne. So their ship docked at an island on their way home to collect fresh water. Theseus sent Ariadne off to find bread and food. The moment she was gone, he set sail and left her on the island.
Go, guys! Come on, let's go!
The gods clearly thought the same thing for his haste to get away. Theseus forgot to change his sails to white. King Aegeus, waiting on the headland, saw the ship approaching with its black sails flying in the wind.
My son has failed, and now he is dead.
He cried. In despair, he flung himself from the cliff into the raging waters below. From that day on, the sea was named the Aegean Sea.
Thank you.